Hey everybody, welcome to This Week in Sports. I'm Sean. So big news, big trade. I haven't seen a trade like this in such a long time in the NFL. I just really can't even think of the last time I've seen a trade like this. And I know there have been them, but I can't remember when I've seen one. The Cleveland Browns traded their star running back, Trent Richardson, to the Indianapolis Colts. He's only been in the league for a year. He's the third pick of last year's draft. He's played one season. This is his 18th game of his career, and they're trading him, blowing it up for a first-round pick for next year. I don't know what they're thinking. Mike Holmgren's already tore him a new one, and I really don't know what they're thinking. I mean, you have a top prospect in the league at running back. Yeah, you need to rebuild, and you have two picks in the third round and the fourth round next year. But your first round pick next year is already going to be going because you suck already. So what I don't understand is why you're going to give up this cog, this really integral cog, for the possibility of acquiring another one next year. I mean, I just don't get it. And the Colts, your pick on Richardson, their pick on Richardson is the number three pick. The Colts pick next year, they're going to be a playoff team. Whether they make it out of the first round or not, it's going to be a pick in the 20s. So what are you getting out there? It's diminishing returns. I don't understand what the Cleveland Browns are thinking right here. In WNBA news, the playoffs just started and they named their MVP. Candace Parker was named the WNBA MVP. She averaged 17.9 points per game, about 8 rebounds per game, and 3.8 assists per game. It was a good year for the second time that she's won the MVP award. She won it her rookie season as well. She's only, I think, the 5th player in WNBA history to receive it 2 times, or multiple times, I should say. That's really awesome, and she's really young too, and so she's got a lot of years ahead of her. But what's really to note about this is that it was the closest ballot, the closest vote for WNBA MVP in the history of the league. She was there with 239 points, and Maya Moore was there with 218. So I mean, look how close that was. I really am happy about this because there's more talent. A lot of people have known that the WNBA fundamentally, it's like it almost tops the NBA. They have great fundamentals over there in the WNBA. So I mean, it just doesn't have the same draw that the NBA has. But when you have something like this going on, girls like Maya Moore, Brittany Grimer, and Candace Parker, these are absolute stars in the league. And you have stuff like this going on, and hopefully it'll bring more attention, more competitiveness, and more fans to watch the sport. A great sport, great games, and a great player. So that's awesome. I'm really happy about this news. Alright, so the baseball season is starting the playoffs too pretty soon, and they've had a couple teams that have clinched berths already. So the Red Sox, they won last night and they clinched a berth, at least a wild card seed in the playoffs. So that's awesome. I don't know if they're going to take their foot off the gas or they want to win the East, the AL East. But we'll see what happens. It's a road ahead of them. The Dodgers, though, on the other hand, they actually clinched the NL West. They picked it up. I mean, Hanley Ramirez has been playing really well. Adrian Gonzalez has been playing well the whole season. Been one of their most consistent guys. And ever since they got Puig, he's been going off this whole year. So the Dodgers won their division already. But they had a little bit of an issue after the game. The Arizona Diamondbacks knew that they were going to celebrate if they won. All they did was ask them to be respectable about it. If you guys celebrate on the field, you guys go back to the clubhouse, don't come back out on the field. They said, okay. Dodgers said, all right, we won't come back on the field, but we're going to go in the pool out in the behind the fence. So they went out, and after celebrating on the field and then inside the locker room, they came back out and went in the pool, out past center left field. And a lot of people are a little upset about this. A lot of players, they say showing no class, it's disrespectful, things of that nature. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, if there's a pool right there, I might be interested in jumping into it, especially after a moment like this. But at the same time, I definitely get the whole saying, show them that you've been there before, and have respect, because they're trying to win just as bad as you. Being the guy that mouths off all the time and brags and stuff like that about every win and things of that nature, it doesn't make you the best person. It doesn't, you don't look cooler in the eyes of other people. So I understand both sides of it, and to me, I don't know if I would have done it. I've been interested in doing it, especially if it was hot. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you guys siding with the Diamondbacks? Are you guys siding with the Dodgers? Was it an okay thing to do, or was it disrespectful and showed no class? What do you guys think? Alright, back to football news. Deshaun Goldson was actually fined for a hit on Darren Sproles this past week. Yeah, he put his head down, he hit him. Darren Sproles watched the film a little bit, a few times. He says that Deshaun Goldson went out to hurt him. He's really really testy. If you've actually seen the interviews with Drew Brees. Drew Brees was like, yeah, he does it all the time. He goes out to hurt people, et cetera, et cetera. Deshaun Goldson, he defends himself. He says that that's not the case. He's playing hard, but he's not going out to hurt anybody. So he was fined just to match Ndamukong Suh's $100K. They fined him $100K as well, and actually suspended him for 1 game. He's appealing the suspension, which since it's under appeal, he's actually going to be able to play. So he gets to keep his game check. He's still going to pay the fine. If not, it could be lowered. But this is just showing one of the other things that's going on in the NFL. I'm not a ref, and I don't know what to say if the hit was a bad hit or not. He did drop his helmet a little bit, and it is dangerous. So the NFL is looking out for safety, and they don't know any other way to do this other than fining people or suspending people. But at the same time, there's other hits that happen, like with Andre Johnson last week. He got hit when he was jumping up in the air to catch a pass. He was right there by the sideline, so the guy hit him to knock him out. But they call a flag on that because he's a defenseless receiver. So I forgot who the safety was that hit him, but he said, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to let him catch the ball? I mean, if that's the case, we should just be playing the offense versus nobody out there. So those are two sides of this coin, this whole hitting thing that's going on. You have Deshaun Goldson, who's he's infamous for these types of hits, and you have this other guy who's just playing a game to win and help his team, defend the pass. And he gets, hit with it as, not hit, but he gets hit with a fine as well. So you got these two different ends of the spectrum, and it really sucks. It's really tough out there for the refs. It's really tough for the owners, the players, to, figure out what's going on, especially with all these rules on where you can hit somebody. It's really tough out there. The last bit of news this weekend, guys, is regarding a huge fight in the UFC. UFC 165. Jon Jones is going to be fighting Gustafsson. This is going to be a nice, big match, very important to Jones, because with this match, this will be his 6th title defense. If he wins, he will be ranked above everybody else in the light heavyweight division ever. You had Chuck Liddell winning it 4 times, defending it 4 times. Tito Ortiz defending it 5 times. This would be his 6th time. Now this dude is viewed by many as the pound-for-pound best fighter in the UFC, best fighter in the world. So we'll see what happens. I'm really excited for this one. I'm pretty sure he's going to get the win, and just depends on how fast he's going to do it. So that's it for this week in sports, guys. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below. Leave your comments, questions, inquiries in the comment section, and let's start this conversation off right. We'll see you next time.